right, thanks for coming out, guys. For me, just bringing back, I was 22 at the time, 3 years back. I know I look like I'm 17. I swear I have photo ID. And I was dating this amazing girl, Jacqueline, and this was like the first girl, like I could honestly say, like I was falling in love. It was awesome. She was going to med school, and I don't know. You're probably thinking the same thing. Like I was thinking, what the hell is she doing with me? Like I'm kind of going to class, but it's like college, but it's community college. Like she her other part-time job is like works at a gym, so she looks hot, and like I'm just kind of a big nerd, like the D&D reference shirt would allude to. So I'm like, all right, but coast with it, like don't knock a good thing. But I can't because I'm very insecure, especially at 22, more so than now. So it comes to around that critical 4-month kind of period, and I'm really feeling. I think she is too, but it's not really official. And then one night she says I'm about to go to bed, and she's saying goodbye and whatnot, over the phone. And she says, "Well, I really need to talk to you tomorrow. We need to sit down and have a talk." I know. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, you're gonna knife this relationship and done. So Batman says to Robin, to the Batmobile. I say to the old sod, and I'm gonna get so shit faced that it won't matter. And in the morning I'll be so hungover that it'll just be so go to my neighborhood bar by myself too. I'm 22. It's kind of like a fast track to 12-step meeting. So I'm like, fuck it. This girl meant a lot, so I'm gonna get drunk, numb myself. So we, by we, I mean me and no one else, saddle up to the bar and proceed to get wasted, just hammered drunk. And then after a while, I'm like, I need some company because this whole drinking alone thing is really getting to me. And I work here, and the proximity to that bar just right over there, there tends to be a lot of people from here over there. And I wind up running into this girl, Carrie. And Carrie, she's a big girl. Not in the circumference factor, but tall. And I shit you not, she is 6'5". So that's two of me. But, I'm pretty naive as much as I'm insecure. So I'm starting to hang around and telling my sorrows to this relative stranger. And her eyes kind of perk up. And I did not know what this, was leading to. But I was happy for the company. Bar starts closing at 2, very close to the witching hour. And I start grumbling where's all my goddamn booze? And Carrie says to me, "Why have Jim Beam over at my house?" I'm like, "Why aren't we at your house?" So we, proceed to get into her car, and she made mention that some people were coming over. It was going to be a kickback thing. So I'm like, "Oh, this isn't so bad. There's going to be other people. It's safe." Get into her car, and I'm looking in the back seat. And I'm like, "Where's everybody else?" She's like, "Oh, well, they're following." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm far too little. This is a prison rape thing with the dimensions of this girl. And get to her house, proceed with the Jim Beam, get more and more hammered, and then she leans in and kisses me, and I'm have a little pang of consciousness, but little beams hit me, so I'm my relationship's gonna be dead in 12 hours anyway. So continue to her bedroom, and she interrupts. She's like, "Whoa, before anything goes any further, there's something I need to do." I'm thinking all right, condom. Wrong. As my eyes track this rather Amazonian-looking woman, there in the corner of her room is what appears to be a nightstand of some sort with some weird shawl, and then there's a couple candles and a goblet, and right above that there's a corn poster. And I don't mean the collegiate football team, the Huskers. No, I mean the band with the K and the reverse R. I'm having some serious buyer's remorse right now. And for me, I'm a very inept dirtbag. I could have done better, maybe. Anyway, she starts kind of mumbling some stuff at the goblet. I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm saying a prayer. I'm like, what are you, Wiccan or something? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, fuck. It's like, there's like red flags going up, and the two candles, like one's slightly higher than the other. So, and she winds up like the taller one is starving the lower one of oxygen. I'm a big chemistry nerd, so like it's a combustion reaction. She says, oh, my candle likes you. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, no, and she explains that like the flickering one represents me and the big one's her, it's a height thing. I don't appreciate short jokes while I'm trying to cheat on my girlfriend, thank you. I explained to her that the chemistry of this whole, reaction that's going on, she's like, no, sweetie. These are spell candles. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that defied the laws of thermodynamics and physics and shit. My bad. So it comes down to, I wind up sleeping with her. Kind of like shamefully walk back into my house the morning after. And I really don't want to listen to the 8 voicemails that my girlfriend's left on my phone. So I go over to her house and kind of, eyes down. She's like, where were you last night? I'm like, you first. And she's like, what do you want to talk to me about? She's like, well, I kind of wanted you to, meet my parents.